Sawubona Mzansi, and welcome to this evening's MIH Live. It's been a minute, it's been a while. I've been missing each and every one of you. Many a things went wrong, many a things like December got in the way. It's been crazy, it's been crazy. But we're back, and we're gonna continue working on what we used to be working on, or what we worked on last week, and that is the profile links. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been a little bit, or I have no idea where we left off. It's been a while. I think last week, Wednesday was the last time we went live and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna take some time getting back into things, but it'll definitely happen. It'll definitely happen. So, I think what we are going to do is try and figure out first where exactly we stopped off and things. So, let's go. Anime Recruit, shout out. We're just going to flip our screen now and we're going to start coding and figuring out where exactly we stopped off in last week's live. So, it's also been a minute, December things. You get it, you get it. So, yes, this is MIH. Before we even get into all of that, let's have a look at MIH and see how the community is growing. And it's growing quite well. MIH currently has 1,172 people, and 54 businesses are part of the MIH community. Thank you so much to each and every one of you for joining us. And yeah, making MIH just an incredible place to be. So yes, like I said, this is MIH. It is available on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, Huawei App Gallery, and the web. All you have to do to find us is search MIH or MIH app, and we will appear at the top of the list. Brently, shout out, shout out. So yes, we're gonna dive straight into coding right now. And the thing that we are going to work on, Victor Small, shout out over on YouTube. We appreciate you for joining. We appreciate you for joining us. Make sure to follow, subscribe, all those nice things if you like what MIH is all about. So where we're going to go to is, yes. So this is what we were working on earlier. These are, we're calling them profile links. And these profile links are similar to a link tree or something like that. Where currently, let's go on to MIH as we speak right now. If we head over to the Mzansi directory, the Mzansi directory is a place for you to search for people and businesses of Mzansi. So if we switch over to the people, I'll search for myself, Yaso, and then you'll see my profile will appear. It's a little bit bland, this screen at the moment, but if we click on it, it'll take you through to our profile, my profile, where you can see what my personal mission is. We can even read it right now. So as the founder of Mzansi Innovation Hub, I want to build a platform to make the daily lives of all the people and the businesses of Mzansi easier. Let's keep working hard, Mzansi. So you can see it's a little bit bland. There's only that information that you can see. So what we are going to try and do is improve this by adding profile links, if you can see at the bottom of the screen right now. So these are different links that will take you through to your whatever links you want. So you can see we have YouTube, Threads, TikTok, WhatsApp, Twitch, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, Facebook, Reddit, Discord. And then we also have a custom one. So this is, you can see my app. So it's just any random link that's out there that you can see. I wonder if I should shift up a little bit or... I'll figure it out later. I think YouTube is doing a little bit... YouTube is a little bit... I don't know if they can see my face nicely. That's the word. So this is what it's currently looking like. If you click on it, it'll navigate you over to that application, and you can see Mzansi Innovation Hub. This is the one that I put in there. If I go back, if you click on Threads, the exact same thing. It'll either open up Threads if you have the app, or you see like over here, or you can just browse it on the browser inside MIH. So this is just the standard regular in-app browser that's there. We will one day in the future make it a little bit better. So yes, we have this over here. I think the next thing that we have to do, if we click on this, okay, if we click on this, I think, you know what, let's look at our list. Let's look at our list and we can see what exactly is left. Shout out, shout out. I see there's a follower. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Who was that? Who was that? Uh, Being, Being, shout out for the follow. Thank you so much. I wonder where my shouts went to. Interesting. We'll have to figure that out. No, I think it's my side. My bad, my bad. Let me fix that. Cool, cool, cool. Now, every time someone follows, you'll hear some cheers and stuff. Cool. So, this is the part that we're working on right now. That was me. Shout out. What is this about? Looks interesting. Perfect. Thank you so much, Being. Let's dive into what MIH is all about. So, MIH is short for Mzansi Innovation Hub. Mzansi Innovation Hub is the first super app of Mzansi, created to make the lives of all the people and the businesses of Mzansi a whole lot easier, a whole lot smoother, and a whole lot better. We are available to download on the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, Huawei App Gallery, and the web. Currently, we have 1,172 people and 54 businesses a part of the MIH community. So let's dive into what MIH is all about. And in order to do that, what we can do is we can check with Mzansi AI. So let's click on Mzansi AI, our friendly AI assistant, to help us answer that question. So if we click on this, you can see at the bottom of the screen there are a few suggestions over there. That's the word. A few suggestions for you. So we're going to click on it. So the suggestion is, what is MIH all about? And I'm just going to put in one paragraph. Press enter. It might take a little bit long. I had to reboot the server earlier, so it's going to take a little bit long to load because it's the very first time I'm asking Mzansi AI a question in a minute. So this is not the true performance of Mzansi AI. Once it like loads everything, I think in the background what's happening is it's loading the LLM over there for us. But you can see our AI is now answering our question for us. And when it's done answering our question, let's have a listen.
Hey there, waving hand. MIH is like your ultimate companion for navigating life in Mzansi. Think of it as a super app designed by the Mzansi Innovation Hub to simplify both your personal and professional world. It's the one-stop platform where you can manage your business profile, connect with teams, schedule appointments, do quick calculations, and so much more. We've got features like a digital wallet, patient management tools for medical practices, and even a fun game or two. Basically, MIH is here to streamline your life and make things easier. It's the future of convenience, right here in Mzansi, smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks.
Thank you so much, Mzansi AI, for that. So yes, Mzansi AI is the first super app of Mzansi, and it provides you with many different features. Like it was saying, a digital wallet to store your loyalty cards, a patient manager, a tool for medical practices and yourself in order to store your medical records and documents. And then we have a game and many other things. So let's head over to the home screen of MIH, and you can see all the different things over there. I'll just run through it quickly for you. Liema. So we have the Mzansi profile. This is to manage your profile information, whether it's business information under the business profile or personal information. Sorry, let me take a step back for you. So MIH is split up into two parts. So it's the personal side, you can see on the top right-hand corner, and then the business side of MIH. So you can easily activate your business account through the Mzansi profile. So you can click on it, click on edit profile, and then at the bottom of the screen you have activate business profile. This unlocks the second screen for you, the business screen. Perfect question, perfect question. So perfect question. This is really interesting, man. Thank you so much. Please feel free to download it and try it out and let us know. So let me answer your question on profile information. So let's head over to the patient profile because you're asking specifically about that question. So here is the patient profile. The patient profile is your personal profile, your personal patient profile for you to manage and store your information, right? So if we click on this, this is your patient details screen. This has your patient details card and your medical aid card. So it is blocked out right now because we don't just want it to be visible to everyone. So we can make it visible for us, and then you can see all the information. If we block this out, then we can head over to the consultation notes. But let me switch over to the dev mode so you can see it a little bit better. I'm using this one for our beginner's guide. So it's not so full at the moment. So here's it over here. This is the dev mode. So if we click on it, let me authorize myself with my fingerprint. And then here's my thing. Exact same thing that you've been seeing. So we can make it visible out. Then if we swipe over, so you can either swipe over or you can just click on the button at the top of the screen and it will automatically swipe over for you. So over here is consultation notes. So before I get into your question, I'm gonna just explain what the patient profile is all about. So this is different consultation notes from multiple different doctors. So as a doctor, I can go in and see, okay, in the previous consultation, you went for testing, for example. You can open it up, see who the doctor was, the office was, who was the doctor, and all of this different kinds of things. Then we have our documents. If we swipe over one more time, this is prescriptions. These prescriptions are generated directly through MIH itself, right? So if you have a look, let's make it full screen for us. Yo, did MIH crash? I think MIH crashed right now. Let's hit back. Back. My bad. Let's reload things over here. I must check up on that full screen mode because it definitely crashed right now. But this is just dev mode. This is just dev mode right now. So while we are starting things back up, let me tell you about the security part. So MIH, so no person can just have access to your patient's information. The final boss, I'm going to get to, I see your comment, I'm going to get to you now. So the security aspect. So MIH has, if we go back, it has access controls. So this shows you who has access to your patient's information. And as a doctor, as a medical practice, what you'll have to do is you'll have to request access to a patient's profile. Right? So not just any doctor can access your profile and take things over and look at your stuff, right? That's not so secure. You have to accept them. What's happening over here? So Flutter error, state management call during inherited widget cannot be marked as needing build. Framework has already in the process of building. Interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff right now. Let's go back. I have no idea what that was, but we'll check that up on that, right? So let's say this is the business side. Let me go head over to the patient manager. So the patient manager is for the medical practices. What is this? Set personal mode. Personal mode equals to false. Sorry, this is a new stuff that I was hooking up in the... while I was sorting things out, but I don't know why. So anyway, here's the patient manager. I must look at why this is happening. So let's see. So yes, so a doctor will have to have access to your patient's profile. Can you see my patients? So these ones, the patient has approved access to their profile. This is currently still pending, so you can't open their profile. And this one has been declined. So once again, you can't open up their profile. The patient didn't allow you to have access. But if it says approved, you can click on it. You can either book an appointment or view their medical records, and it can take you there immediately, right? So simple stuff over there, simple stuff. Yeah, we'll have to go over a few things over here, all right? And then on the patient side, what is this? Is loading. Waiting room. For some reason, waiting room seems to be the problem right now. But that's okay. I think waiting room is the problem. But let's head over to the questions over here. So MIH is basically like an iOS, HMS or Android. It just needs a phone to operate. Think long term. Okay. It can sustain its growth. I can imagine owning an MIH phone. So 100% future boss or final boss. This is future plans right now. So we have to get our, firstly, in my mind, we're going to have to get our software sorted. Then we're going to have to create our own operating system. then we can start looking at phones and different kinds of things from there, right? But that's definitely long-term plans for the future. But thank you so much for that. So so you see a really great concept. You've gained a follower. I'm a developer myself in the health industry. Shout out, L- Liema, shout out for that. We appreciate you. And please feel free to give me any hints, any tips, any tricks that I need to look out for when creating like a medical system, because I am creating it for the people, especially the like GPs that can't really afford these systems that are currently out there that cost you thousands and hundreds of thousands to use. And then I see proof of concept. Okay, I see you have a proof of concept. Look, looking at individuals and businesses already using the app. So it's not a proof of concept because it can be downloaded right now. So it's a fully fledged application on my side, right? I don't think of it as a proof of concept anymore. The proof of concept stage of MIH was many, many months ago. So it can be downloaded, Google Play Store, Apple App Store, Huawei App Gallery, and the web. So I think it is a fully fledged app. And also, if you have a look, we have many people over here. So I can search for, so here's the different businesses that we have. Many different businesses are part of MIH already. Like I've showed you, our community is growing, slowly but surely. And you can find them on the Mzansi directory. So I see Quenble. Is it Quenble? Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. Quenble. So are you using Dart and Flutter? 100% we are. You can have a look over here. Bafana, shout out. You can have a look over here, Quenble. We are using Dart and Flutter. The reason behind that is because, let me open this up for you. So this is our technology stack. The reason behind using Dart and Flutter is because Dart is a cross-platform framework, so we code once, but we can deploy to multiple different platforms. Currently, we're just on the web, Android, and iOS, but we can expand to macOS, Linux, and Windows if we want to. But for now, we're just targeting these three platforms. Because the web app can be downloaded as a progressive web app, so it's not just a website, it is a progressive web app that can be installed and stuff. So small telecom companies and phone production companies can help you push the vision. Shout out. So I am a fan of Mobicel. I'm a huge fan of Mobicel. I've used their devices in the past. The phone that I used previously before this phone, Hella, shout out. The phone I used previously before the phone that I'm currently using was a Mobicel phone. So I like their vision also. I would love to partner with them in the future one day. So I'll reach out to them and see what they say. I was waiting to grow a bigger audience before reaching out to them and asking them for partnership opportunities. But now that I feel like we all have grown a little bit, we can go out there. And then you have the infrastructure. You just need the product that will move it 100%. So we do have an item. So I see you are talking about products. So we do have, let me open up my flyer. So flyer. October. Let me open up this flyer for you and I'll show you our product offering. So we also have, sorry, it's dead right now, but we have the Mzansi tab that we are giving a part of our packages that we offer to different businesses. So how do let me close this. So here's our services that we offer to different companies. So you can see a part of the standard package or standard tier, we do have the Mzansi tab. So the Mzansi tab is a little tablet, you can see it over here, for you to manage your business instead of you having to go download instead of you having to go buy a whole new laptop, and laptop prices are getting quite pricey at the moment. Instead of you having to go and do that, you can get the standard package from us, and it comes with a Mzansi tab for you to manage all of these things. Sorry, it's just dead right now. I can't show you. But yeah, that's one of the things. But we do want to partner with different companies for that. And then remember when Casper had a phone deal with AG Mobile? if you had this. Yeah, definitely, definitely. So that's why I'm thinking partnering with Mobicel. 2K likes, shout out. Yeah, guys, come with the likes. Bafana, I see you pushing hard over there with the likes. Thank you so much. Quenble. I'm also a intermediate Flutter Dot software developer. Shout out. Mine was self-lit, just like us. I followed to learn. Cool, cool, cool. So, yeah, we're also learning right now. So, our journey with Flutter and Dot started about, let's say, 2 years ago, right? So, we started MIH last year, June 2024. But our start in Flutter started just before that. So, we were learning some Flutter things. And if I'm being honest, I'm quite impressed with it because just because of how nice it is to use, how nice it is to utilize this tool, and how easy it is to do things. So cool. There was a few errors that occurred. Let me reload this, and we can try and start coding, and we can see exactly what's going wrong. So you can see there's a few things. There's a few things happening right now. Let's reload it. So the first one that we're gonna dive into, the first bug over here, we're gonna try and fix those bugs. The first bug that we're gonna try and deal with is that file viewer bug. Very interesting, and I'm sure it has something to do with a few changes that I've made. So if I click on prescription, everything's loading fine over here, which is good. If I click on this and then full screen, yeah, so then it crashes right now. So why does it crash? Why does it pause it and not? Why does it pause things and not give me the error over here? Let me play. Yeah, this is what I want. The app must just crash. Don't give me long stories over here. So okay. Overlay not equal to null is true. Here. Let's copy all. Yeah, we can copy all over here. And we're gonna head over to DeepSeek. So I like using DeepSeek for debugging and things like that. But if DeepSeek fails, I head over to Gemini. If Gemini fails, I head over to Claude and ask it some questions. So I'm going to provide it with my, where is speed dial? Is speed dial the thing? Yeah, let me just paste it and I'll ask it, tell me what's wrong or something like that. Enter. Please tell me what's wrong and let me know if you need specific files. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions out there. I see we have a few developers in the hood in the live tonight. We appreciate it. 2,000 likes. Bafana, shout out. So, okay, it seems to be a problem with... So it looks like... Yes, 2K, keep it going. I see the likes are flying through. So I know previously in the lives I did have like clapping and stuff when you reached a certain likes and stuff. But it was causing performance issues to the live. Idiani, shout out for the follow. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for the likes and the follows. So under patient profile. So okay, you have a speed dial widget for Flutter speed dial in your app. You navigate from patient profile to file viewer. During the navigation disposal process, the speed dial widget dispose method is trying to remove an overlay entry. Is there a future for software development, especially front end? Definitely. So thank you for the question, Bafana. So I know, let's head over here. So I know that I know that AI is getting quite capable at the moment, especially with people pushing right now with, I think it's Gemini 3 Pro, something like that, I think, 3 Pro, and then there's GPT 5.2, and then there's Claude like 4 point something. So I know these are getting very capable at the moment, but you have to remember who's the one that's going to be coding these things, who's the one that's going to be guiding these AIs. So I think that AIs still give you lots of bugs. They over-engineer solutions and things like that. So so there definitely needs to be a competent software developer behind the AI, controlling the AI and steering it in the right direction. So even if it completely takes over 100% of the coding aspect of software development, it won't take over your job. You still need to be there in order to steer the direction of the AI. So I don't think there's any stress about if you're going to lose your job or stuff. Sawubona Iki, nice to see you here this evening. So, what's your take on blockchain? So, my take on blockchain is I like the financing aspect of the blockchain, like the openness, the quickness of transferring money and all of those kind of things. But I don't like the hype around it, and I haven't seen, other than a cryptocurrency, I haven't seen a real world solution in my everyday life that's like linked to blockchain. Blockchain has been around for many years now. I'm sure over a decade, but yeah, over a decade, but there hasn't been really like someone came out and said this is an application that uses blockchain as its foundation and it took over the whole world, right? Nothing like that. So I'm a little bit disappointed by the usage of blockchain. 100% on target, definitely. But I definitely think there's a future for blockchain. It's just that people, I don't know, maybe I don't understand the concept correctly, and I need to understand it a little bit more, and maybe I can dip my toes into it now also. But yeah, I think it's a very complicated topic to wrap your mind around, and even more complicated to develop for. That's why there's not a lot of solutions. So, Kunbel, most of AI codes are highly vulnerable to hackers, so many companies don't like it. Definitely, and that's another point. Thank you so much for that. That's another point why you need a competent developer behind the AI. So as a competent developer, you can see that no man, this the way this AI is moving is not correct. We need to move differently. We need to do other things over here. So so yeah, there's no one's gonna lose their job if you're a software developer. Your job might just evolve to more of a team lead, but you're leading AIs, right? So instead of you just being a developer developing on your own, you're now gonna be a team lead to maybe multiple developers, not multiple developers, multiple AI agents, because that's another buzzword, an AI agent. So maybe you have 10 AI agents all coding for you, and you're the one managing these 10 agents instead of coding yourself. So I think maybe that's how it will evolve, but it will never disappear. I don't think so. Let's head back over to DeepSeek. So during the navigation slash disposal process, the speed dial widget dispose method is trying to remove an overlay entry that has already been removed or was never properly initialized. Okay. What is an AI agent in simple words? Very interesting. I've also been struggling to understand that on my own, and I'm still struggling to understand that. So let's copy it. I like the question. I'm gonna copy it, and we're gonna ask Mzansi AI this question. So let's head over here. Let's reload, and let's ask Mzansi AI that question. So we're gonna send it through. Remember, give it some time to think, and it should immediately start diving into things. Interesting, interesting. I wonder why it's so slow. I wonder if this is a dope big question or what. But yeah, there's it over here. Hi. Hopefully Mzansi AI can come through with a dope explanation of this to assist us. So let's have a listen.
Hey there, waving hand. In simple terms, an AI agent is like a smart little helper program powered by artificial intelligence. Think of it as a digital assistant that can understand your requests, you tell it what you want, and it figures it out, take actions. It can perform tasks like answering questions, writing stories, or even helping you with calculations, learn and adapt. The more you use it, the better it gets at understanding you and providing helpful responses.
Thank you so much, Mzansi AI. I don't think Mzansi AI got it 100% correct. So my take on what an AI agent is a program, first and foremost. It's just a regular program that uses an LLM as its brain in order to understand different requests, right, coming through from you. And then once it understands your request, it then has the autonomy, because it's an agent, to shout out for the 5K likes. So it has the autonomy to go out on its own. It has its own computer, it has its own environment to work from, go out on its own and start working. So it's not like just a regular chatbot like this DeepSeek that we're using right now, or Gemini or Mzansi AI. This is just a chatbot. So this one, you can ask it a question or give it a task in natural language. It'll be able to define its own to-do list, I guess. Once it has its to-do list, then it can go about and do something on its own. So not only coding. So let's say, for example, an agent can go onto a Stir Kineko website and find the cheapest ticket that's available for you, or something like that, right? Or find specific flights for you. So it has the autonomy to go onto a website, scrape through that website, and do what it needs to do. But you don't really have to program it. So I think that's what an agent is all about. Or that's what the vision of an agent is all about. That's my understanding of it. But very tricky concept, if I'm being honest. Very tricky concept. And also in the mix, there's also MCPs. MCP is a new concept, Model Context Protocol. So I've also been doing some research on this. So this is like APIs. If you know the concept of APIs, it's like APIs that a LLM can use. So not your specific LLM, but any LLM. So you can go to, I think it was Claude. I don't know who allows MCPs. So let's say Claude, because I think Claude is the creators of MCPs. So if you go to Claude, and then if you click an add, and then you can, I'm not sure, or add connector. And then you can see Windows MCP. So let's just search MCP over here. MCP. Yeah, but I watched a video about it and it showed it quite nice. So you can connect Claude, which was not created by you, to your MCP server, which is just basically a whole bunch of APIs that an LLM can use to interact with your programs and have some context for its information. What's an API in simple words? Perfect. I can answer that question for you easily. So API, we can ask Mzansi AI in the meantime, because also, once again, great question. So let's do it at the top over here. Let's see if it's still so slow. I wonder why. It's a little bit slow like this, but it's okay. It's okay. So my understanding of an API, so let's define the word API. So API stands for Application Programming Interface, right? So it allows two completely separate applications to communicate with each other. So let's say, for example, you have one application. Let's say that application is Facebook, right? So you have a Facebook, the application Facebook, and they have their own APIs. So you have your own program. Let's say it's a program to post to multiple different places. So Facebook will provide you with its APIs, its application programming interface, for you to interface with Facebook itself. Then on your side, in your program, so your own application, you can then call functions inside Facebook. So you can say post this, and then it will post it for you through Facebook. So I think that's what it is. But let's listen to Mzansi AI quickly.
Hey there, waving hand. No problem at all. In simple terms, an API is like a waiter in a restaurant. Imagine you're at a restaurant. You don't go into the kitchen to cook your food, right? You tell the waiter what you want, and the waiter relays that message to the kitchen. The kitchen prepares the food, and the waiter brings it back to you. An API does the same thing for computers. It's a set of rules that allows different software applications to talk to each other. One app sends a request, like you ordering food, and the other app responds with the information or service you asked for, the waiter bringing your meal.
So I'm just stopping Mzansi AI over there. So that's a great explanation. So it's like a waiter. So let's say, for example, keeping the same application metaphor and restaurant metaphor. So your application is basically the customer at a restaurant, right? And then an API is the waiter at a restaurant, and then the target application, the application that you're using the APIs for, is the chefs at the back, the kitchen. So you, as your application, calls the waiter over and say, I want XYZ. The waiter then goes to the kitchen or goes to the other application, retrieves some information for you, performs an action for you, comes back to you with more information, whether it's successful or additional information. It'll come through with that. So what's the difference between generative AI and prompt engineering? So generative AI is what Mzansi AI is doing. So it's generating new, in this case, words and emojis, but it can be generating images, it can be generating videos. So I think that's the type of thing that our AIs, these current LLMs, are doing. But prompt engineering is this. So prompt engineering is telling the AI about itself so that it can assist in answering your questions. So similarly, how we can ask Mzansi AI to about MIH, we had to do some prompt engineering before that to give the AI some context of who it is, how it needs to work, and all of those kind of things. So if I show you this, it should be over that profile provider. Where is Mzansi AI? So there's AI provider. So you can see this is our prompt over here, right? So you can see start instructions. So it scrolls all the way down, end instructions. So we're basically saying this is your instructions, this is who you are. So you can see you are Mzansi AI. That's how it knows it's Mzansi AI. And I'm telling it exactly what it is. And so this is, so when you do prompt engineering, it's the question or the instructions that you give your AI in the beginning of the chat so that it knows who it is. So that's prompt engineering. And understanding, so it's tweaking this information over here in order for it to work as you want it to work. So also over here, you can tell it, no, I want your responses to come in JSON form, right? Or in this particular format, things like that. That's my understanding of the difference. I hope that helps. I want you to explain to me how I may get field into my entity in TDD. So Quimble, I'm not sure what TDD is, and I'm not sure what field is. I think maybe you can ask the question in a different way, but I'm not understanding it. When you are just given a project, I'm not understanding your question fully. I'm also new to things, so I don't think use short words like TDD. I'm not sure what that is. But please rephrase your question, ask it again. We can definitely help. And if I'm stuck, we can ask Mzansi AI also. So Wayne, thank you so much for diving into the chat. So Wayne is saying, what are your thoughts on vibe coding? So I do a semi-vibe code on my side, but my thoughts on vibe coding is I don't agree with just asking, like going on to Lovable, asking Lovable to create you a fully fledged website that does X, Y, and Z, and then after that first prompt, it's already there for you. Or continuing to prompt it until it gets things right for you. I disagree with that kind of vibe coding. The vibe coding that I agree with or I use most of the time is, so I code normally, and then when I'm stuck with something, I don't know how to figure out something, instead of going to regular Google and asking Google a question, I come to, my favorite one is Gemini. So it's between Gemini, DeepSeek, and Claude. So I give them context with my files, and I ask them questions about it immediately, right? and then they come with information to me, and then I use that and I put it inside my code. But the why I like this is when you take code from an LLM and put it inside your code, it's you have to figure out how to get it working and how this code works, instead of you having a whole project that was generated by AI and you have no idea how anything works. So if one thing breaks, it's over for you, right? So this is what we like to do here at MIH. So I suggest using AI to assist you with stuff, especially debugging, but not for coding everything for you, just coding snippets. Because AI also they're also confusing, and they also start hallucinating if you give them too much information and things like that. So yeah, you agree, definitely. So test-driven development. Interesting, interesting. So I definitely don't know what that is. Quenbel. So let's ask Mzansi AI this question. So please, and remember everyone, Mzansi AI and the MIH app is available to download on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, Huawei App Gallery, and the web. All you have to do to find us is search MIH or MIH app, and we will appear at the top of the list. We do have many people a part of our MIH community, and we have many features out there that we are adding to MIH. So let's ask your question. Let's ask your question. So what is that? What is test-driven development? I am new to all of this. So let's see. I must figure out why Mzansi AI is taking a little bit long to answer our questions. But in the meantime, while it's thinking over here, so Wayne is saying, I'm thinking of doing computer science after matric. Is it still worth it? In my opinion, definitely. Because I'll explain why. So I do recommend you going into computer science after matric, because computer science is not just about programming, right? It is a science. So they teach you about data structures, they teach you about algorithms, they teach you about optimization, and they teach you, the main thing that they teach you is problem solving. And that's the thing that you can take to anyone out there. Thank you so much, Wayne, for the follow. We appreciate you. So that problem solving skills, you can take that to the real world after you get your degree and go into any field out there and apply that problem solving knowledge that you've earned to anything, and then yeah, you'll thrive in that environment. It doesn't have to be software development. I'm speaking from experience. So let's head over to MI. If we go back, okay, it's loaded over here. So let me go back over here. So if we scroll down to the bottom, so you can see this is me. So I'm the founder of MIH. So I do have a BSc in computer science and information systems from the University of the Western Cape. And I do have 6 years of banking experience at one of the big 5 banks of South Africa, all right? Not flexing, just giving you some context about me. And in these 6 years, I didn't do any programming or any software development. I was more on the side of project management and also product owner stuff. So I was coming up with the ideas, solving the problems, coming up with the solution, and then handing that scope, handing that document over to a feature team in order for them to actually develop it. So the feature analyst to put things together in a scope for the developer, and the developer just to program. So I use my problem solving skills as a product owner or project manager in order to identify the problem, and then secondly, to come up with a solution that is viable, and then hand that over to a developer. So I use computer science knowledge for that, not just information systems knowledge. I did use computer science stuff for that. And because you have a background in programming and computer science, you can know what will work and what won't work when it comes to what you want to build. Because I know some people that don't really know much about programming or what happens in the background. Their view of what is possible is extremely skewed, and yeah, they want to ask for the impossible. So yeah, having computer science as a background gives you that edge on people who don't have programming background when it comes to creating solutions and stuff like that. So let's see. Quenbel, let's see what. And thank you so much, Wayne, for the follow. We appreciate it. Let's see what Mzansi AI was saying. Let's have a listen.
Hey there, waving hand. Welcome to the world of software development. It's awesome you're exploring this. Let's break down what test drive development means. Don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. Basically, test-driven development, TDD, is a development approach where you write tests before you write the actual code. Think of it like this. 1. Write a test. You start by writing a small test that describes what you want your code to do. This test will likely fail at first because you haven't written the code yet. 2. Write the code. Now, you write the minimum amount of code needed to make that test pass. 3. Refactor. Once the test passes, you look at your code and see if you can improve it, make it cleaner, more efficient, etc. You do this without changing what the code does. 4. Repeat. You keep repeating these steps for each small piece of functionality. Why do people use TDD? Clear requirements. It forces you to think carefully about what the code should do before you write it. Fewer bugs. Because you're constantly testing, you catch bugs earlier in the process. Better design. TDD often leads to cleaner, more maintainable code. Confidence. You can refactor your code with confidence, knowing that your tests will catch any mistakes. It might seem a little strange at first, but many developers swear by TDD. It takes some getting used to, but it can really improve the quality of your code. Would you like me to elaborate on any of these steps? Smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks.
Thank you so much, Mzansi AI, for that explanation. Quite nice. Are you also making me see my dream near? I want to be a CEO too, to beat with Meta CEO and the rest 100%. So our vision is to be like the, not really the Meta, if I'm being honest, not really the Meta of Africa, but more of the Google of Africa. That's our vision, our dream. But you have to start off somewhere, you have to start off small. So thank you so much for this question. I had no idea what TDD is. So for those that just joined us, it's test-driven development. And it's a very strange way or different way of thinking about programming. And I've never thought about it like this. So it's basically saying you must write tests. So you first have to know, so coming back to your question, explain to me, how do I get fields into my entity in TDD? Okay, when you are given a project. So I think the first step for you, or the first thing that I would do to understand TDD is, firstly, what language am I using, right? Then once I've identified the language, what is the testing protocols or the testing norms, or what's the word? I'm missing a word over here. The testing standards, that's the word. What are the testing standards and how do you write tests for that particular programming language? That should answer your question on how to get fields into your entity, right? I'm assuming. And then you write your code. So based on your test that you have, you then write your code that this test uses or the test is checking. Then once you do that and it passes, then you can start updating your code to maybe handle edge cases and handle those different kinds of things, optimization stuff too. Then you just repeat the cycle over and over and over again. And it does make some good points over here to say it has clear requirements. So because you are writing tests with what exactly information you need, what output you need, and all of what it needs to, what input you need and what output you need, it makes it more clear what you want to program. And then fewer bugs because you have you're always testing for things before you even code. It's gonna catch your bugs for you. Better design. I guess TDD, like I said, it leads to cleaner, more maintainable code. I guess so. And then confidence that once you change something, your code is not gonna break. I know we have these fears here at MIH also. So very interesting. And I think it's a whole concept on its own. So please feel free to, Sianda, shout out. So please feel free to, I think, dive into test-driven development, specifically for your language that you're writing. And you should start flying through it. I like watching YouTube videos in order to learn such concepts. Shout out everyone for the likes. We appreciate you. We have now reached 10K likes. Shout out. We appreciate you. So cool. We were looking at our thingies. Shout out. Thank you so much everyone for all the likes. So add a unique key to your speed dial widget. So key, global key, what? Use a conditional wrapper. Was open when you initial navigation. This causes an overlay removal to fail during disposal. Best fix is option 4. Solution. Best fix is option number 4. Ensure your speed dial is closed before navigating. Okay, let's try that. So that should be something simple that we can do. So let's close all of these things over here. Close all. Close all. And we're going to dive into some code right now. Patient profile. We have our documents. Then under documents, we should have a build list. And under the build list, so I'm just popping once over here. So maybe, oh, let me delete this. So when I click on, so there should be a window over here somewhere. So when you click on something, there should be a window that appears. So let's see, list tile. There should be an on click over here somewhere. Yeah, on tap. So on tap, I am getting the file preview. Okay, view prol. I think I already have this, but it's okay. For now, it's okay. So CD, we're coming here. Okay. So over here, maybe I can just say context.pop, context.pop. Let's see what happens. How many dollars does it cost to have both Play and App Store accounts? So thank you so much for the question. I do know that to become a Google developer, I've heard some of the people of Mzansi say that it's a once-off fee of like maybe 500 Rand or something, but they do work in dollars. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone out there, but to become a Google developer, it's about 500 Rand once-off, I think. I don't remember paying, but it's plus minus that price. To become an Apple developer, you have to subscribe to be a Apple developer, and it's, I think, $100. Let's head over to MIH and calculate this. So we do have a Forex calculator under the MIH calculator. So I think it's $99 from USD. USD to ZAR. Yeah, so it's $99 USD in order to become an Apple developer, which when I was buying this, subscribing to this, it was about 1,800 when I had to pay. And that's a yearly fee. So every single year you have to pay to become a Apple developer. Does your model use another company's AI, or does it run on your own local South African database? Shout out for that question. We appreciate it. So we don't use any company's APIs, right? So we'll head over to the About MIH section, which is right here. So we are hosting it locally on the MIH server. So if you have a look at our technology stack, this is it over here. So all of this entire thing is running on our own server on premises, right? So you can see we are using Ollama for our LLM. So an Ollama is a marketplace for LLMs. And in order to find that, so you can, to quickly find that, once you're on the MIH app, click on About MIH, then click on the star on the top right-hand corner. If we click on this, it'll take you through to our attribution section. So the attribution section is, we are using some third-party APIs and tools inside MIH, like the Forex calculator, right? There's an API that we're using. And if you scroll down, you can see who created it, the different resource. So look for the right icon. So the Ollama icon is here. You can click on it, and it'll take you through to Ollama, which is right here. If we click on View Model, if you click on View Model, it takes you through to the different models that are available. The one that we are using is Gemma 3N, which is Google's open source model, specifically for text generation. But we are looking at using, I think it's Quinn 3 in the future. Because we want a visual language model, we want to give Mzansi AI some eyes so that it can see some things for us and answer questions on pictures and stuff. So we're going to use this in the future. But yeah, that's what we are using. We're using Docker. We're using Docker. If you look at the technology stack again, you can see we're using Docker to orchestrate all of these different containers for us. So if you head over to Docker and go to the Docker Hub, and then search Ollama, and search Ollama, they show you exactly, you can see even created by the creators of Ollama. If we click on it, it shows you exactly how to get a Ollama container up and running. So once you know Docker, you can just run this line of code in your terminal and you'll have a server running on port 11434. And if you just use Ollama, they even have a web interface for you if you'd like. If you don't want to create your own, they have a web interface for you to chat to the LLM. But this is what we are using. But I see there's some new models out here. Love it. So view models. So we have Olmo. Is it Olmo? And it was uploaded yesterday. Spicy. There's our hot stuff. Fresh off the press, fresh out the training center. So what is your strategy to develop AI? What are the strategies to develop AI? So it depends what you are asking. So is it developing your own LLM? So that's like training your own model, getting your own data, all of those kind of things. Or are you asking about developing your own AI application? Because that's two completely different kinds of things and different use cases. So on the side of creating our own AI, the first thing that you'll have to get is access to data. So we have to get access to data. Then we're going to have to figure out how to train a model. And we're going to have to figure out distilling. Perfect, both. So creating your own LLM, you're going to have to probably figure out distilling. So distilling is the concept of using a larger LLM to train your smaller LLM. So let's say you have, like this one, a 30 billion parameter model, but you're going to train an LLM to make it down to maybe 7 billion parameters. And then also add your own data to that mix in order to train it to be specific about your things and stuff. That's super difficult, and you need the infrastructure in order to do this. So if we click on this one, this is created by NVIDIA. They just released it now. And if you look over here, it's 24 gigabytes. So this 30 billion parameter model, the nano model, is 24 gigabytes. And if you want to train your model, you're going to probably have to have a GPU or multiple GPUs that graphics memory add up to this 24 gigabytes. And then you can start training your model on this. So you need like a server farm in order to do this. So the cost of electricity, the cost of the equipment, the cost of just running it, all of this is super expensive. That's why you only see billionaires at the moment doing this. Meta, Google, OpenAI, all of these companies, NVIDIA, Claude, all of these companies are like billion dollar companies, right? And that's how they can afford to do this stuff. So because we don't have the funds to create our own AI, we're just going to use out of the box stuff and then create an AI app. So this is your question now, coming to AI applications. So an AI application is just a normal regular application that uses an LLM to do something that you couldn't do without LLMs or AI. So let's say, for example, a good thing. So let me show you on the Mzansi directory. So under the Mzansi directory, we currently do have an AI business, a part of our list. So let's switch over to the business search. So if we click on this filter over here, you can see AI business. We'll click on search and you can see Bree Developers. So Bree Developers is an AI company, and their mission and vision is to make learning fun. So we make learning fun. So let's visit their website. So you can see this is it. You should be able to scan their QR code. If you like to check them out, you can scan their QR code right now on the screen, and it will take you through to this one over here. So just take a screenshot of this if you'd like to visit them, and then it should navigate you over to this screen over here. So once here, we're going to click on their website, and it's going to take you through to their application. So their application is an AI application, right? So they use AI to as a study buddy or a tutor, something like that. So you would give, they even have an app now. So let's try it out for free demo. So you can, like a quiz, right? So I can upload a PDF document. For example, I don't have any documents out here. But for example, you upload your document, so your study material. The AI will take in this document and understand what the context of this document is, and then it will generate either multiple choice questions, true or false questions, or fill in the blank questions for you. You can increase the number, or you can have up to 10 questions, and you can select the difficulty. So this is an AI application that wouldn't have been possible without an LLM a part of the solution. So this is an AI application, and they are using, if I'm not mistaken, they are using one of the AI company's APIs in order to achieve this. So this company didn't create their own AI, but they are using another company's AI in order to create an AI application. So let's see what... Let's try this out. Let's reload. So I just want to try out this thingy quickly, our file viewer. So something definitely went wrong with our file viewer earlier. So we'll click on it, click on this prescription, context.pop. So go error, there's nothing to pop to. Okay, that's interesting. That's even more interesting than the other one. So build this GD. If we come here, play it, reload. Oh, patient manager, touch this. So we're here, full screen. Okay. What is this new thing? I don't understand. It must just give me the error. Why is it stopping? So okay, we're back to where we were. So let me come to, okay, over here we have a speed dial. So we have this. If we tap, so okay, this thing was telling us earlier that we should just, under our speed dial, no, view, and then under this speed dial over here, we should just have we should just put this thing over here. So put a key, and then it is global key, I think. Copy. So down, we should be able to, not here. Speed dial child dot add. So it should be over MIH speed dial. Where is this? So okay, it's under our window. And then by our window, by our header, we should have floating menu. And then over here, speed dial. So O key. Yeah. X control dot. Let me just say key. I don't think we need to be specific. Let's see if that fixes things. We're gonna end the live soon. This is why we use TDD now. Definitely. So yeah, I need to look into TDD or some test-driven development for sure. But when we first got started, like I mentioned, we weren't really so experienced in developing like a big application like this. When we were in varsity, it was like small things. For easy findings, yeah, definitely. So let's go in one more time and check this out. Okay. Okay, perfect. It's working now. And this is why we love AI. This is why we love AI for sure. So let's reload things. And the other bug that we came to was under the patient manager. So this was a completely different bug that we found. Yeah. Let me. Yeah. Let's copy all of this. Copy all. Let's go over to DeepSeek. New chat. I see your question over here in the corner of my eye. I'm going to see it now. Please tell me what's happening. Yeah, and how to fix it. Let me know if you need specific files. Okay, let's see. When do you go live again? Okay, perfect. So we'll answer that question now. So we are live Monday to Thursday, but being December, we are playing around with the time. So make sure to follow us, and then we do post about when we are going live. But we go live Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. That's what we normally do, and that's what we're gonna try and stick to. But during the December period, it might change a bit. So please feel free to follow us and check up on us over there. So Yuki Magazine, nice to see you again. Hey there, do you have a preferred coding format style? Seems like you use K and R formatting. So great question. I have no idea how to answer that question because I don't know much about coding styles. So let's head over to Mzansi AI. Let's start a new chat. Please explain the different coding styles, coding formatting styles, coding. For example, K and R. So Yuki Magazine. So if you look at the formatting over here, I'll give you an example of this. So let's say, so I have my stuff like this, right? But then once I save, I think Flutter does this for you. It automatically formats it into the way you see it to make it a little bit more visible because Flutter uses widgets, and you get a situation where there's a whole lot of nested widgets and stuff. So they have an automatic formatter for you which does this. So maybe it's in K and R formatting, but okay. To define, okay. Oh, the curly braces using okay. When there's many Google style PEP 8. Okay, so let's stop. So it looks like we are using this curly braces, and it's the K and R style. Indent code with 2 to 4 spacings, generally prefers return statements over. Yeah, so this is basically all of this is how Flutter auto formats things for you. So yeah, once you just save something, it automatically. No, I think it's a VS Code thing, but VS Code linked to Flutter. So let me show you where I have this. So it's under settings. Settings. Oh my word, what is this? Okay, I did nonsense there. So it's settings and then settings. And then once you're over here, you go to text editor and then under formatting. So you can see format on save. So I don't know which format it uses. I think it has something to do with Flutter. But yeah, it automatically formats things for me. I hope that helps you. So I don't really think about formatting, it does it for me. And when it's not formatting correctly, I know I'm missing stuff inside Flutter. So it looks like that bug is fixed. Oh, no, the bug wasn't fixed. Bug wasn't fixed. We were speaking to Thingy for that. So let's see. So this error is a classic Flutter state management issue where you are trying to call a set state or notify listener during the build process. Looking at the stack trace, the problem is patient manager init state. You are calling load initial data. Load initial data calls set mode. Okay. Okay. How to fix this? Okay. 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 Okay, using RiverPod. Okay, no, I don't want to use that. Okay, let's have a look at that. So let's save this. Thing is, sorry, bug, file viewer, opening bug. Sorry, I'm just saving some of my code over here. And then let's go to the patient manager over here. So they were saying under which one? You can use block. True. So we're just using the regular provider. We're just using regular Flutter provider because we were new to the world of state management firstly. And block and RiverPod seemed a little bit too complicated for us because we were new to things. So I would rather learn provider, which the other ones are based off of, I think. And once we master this and we're comfortable with this, we can migrate over to block in the future. But yeah, this is the one that we are using at the moment. And it's basically saying over here, we are setting this one over here. Set state. Okay. Yeah. So let's, this is another example. I'm going to give a DeepSeek our code. So DeepSeek. So I'm going to give DeepSeek our code. And just say, here is my code. Please help. Please help. So this is my vibe coding. This is the kind of vibe coding that I do. So I code for most of the time, but then I come through. I can see the issue. You're calling context.read inside load data. Okay. Method with this one over here. Alternate solution for future missed task. Recommended. Check if mounted. Okay, I think I removed that thing. So let's try and take that over. Shout out. Telecoms. Sabawell Telecoms, shout out. Thank you so much for the follow. Okay, so it's saying replace this with this. Save it. And then I did something quote on, what is this? Okay. So let's reload things. And we're going to head over to the patient profile. Let's clear our logs, make the logs big also. Okay, perfect. It's no longer breaking over there. And then here, view, nice. Can view the documents and things. Yeah. Why is this one looking like this? My bad. We'll have to fix that. But cool, I see it's 1:15 already. Let's wrap things up. amazing live today. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Your likes, your comments, your feedback. We appreciate all of it. Thank you so much. Remember, we are live Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. If you want to have the full experience and view our code while you're viewing our face and all of those kind of things, it's just easier to follow along with the code like that. Please head over to YouTube for the mobile experience so you can use your phone to watch, or Twitch for a TV experience. So if you're watching on your TV, you can use that. We share our full screen over there. Please feel free to download MIH. We are available on the Google Play Store, Apple App Store, Huawei App Gallery, and the web. Just search MIH or MIH app. Will appear at the top of the list. Yeah, use the functionality. Let us know what you think. Make sure to follow us also on the different platforms. You can watch our videos. You can like. You can comment. You can give us some advice on what we can do better. And also what you can do if you want to support us even further than how I just mentioned. You can support us by becoming a premium member of Mzansi. By becoming a premium member of Mzansi, this unlocks specific perks for you. So these perks are early access to the latest version of MIH. So we're currently working on MIH version 1.2.5. That's currently sitting with our premium members of Mzansi. So they have access to that early. We also have a private Discord server where we have private conversations and stuff with our community there. Then we have monthly hangouts where we chill on like a Zoom call and we have live conversations. Instead of you speaking through the chat and me answering you, it's more of a conversation over there. And we also have shout outs at the end of our live. So cool. This is available on TikTok and Patreon. So you can, firstly, if you want to go the TikTok route, follow us. After following us, go to our profile and click on the subscribe button. And then you can subscribe to become a premium member of Mzansi. If you want the Patreon route, you can search for us over there. Just search Mzansi Innovation Hub. Or an easier way to do that is once you've downloaded MIH already, click on the About MIH package. That package, you'll see a button that says support our journey. Once you click on that button, it will navigate you over to our Patreon page where you can subscribe to us over there. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this evening's MIH live. We do appreciate each and every one of you for joining and participating, liking all those amazing things. Yes, we're gonna go live again tomorrow, 7 p.m. We hope to see you there, and let's keep working hard, Mzansi.